On the night of February 24th, until the early morning of February 25th, 1942, the city of Los Angeles was engulfed in a state of alert and chaos. This occurred amidst the backdrop of World War II, as the dark sky enveloped the city, turning it into the stage for an unprecedented and mysterious event. A barrage of over 1,400 anti-aircraft shells was fired at an unidentified flying object, initially believed to be a Japanese air raid but never conclusively determined. Have you ever heard of the Battle of Los Angeles? No worries, because it never actually happened, or if it did, it was meticulously and discreetly covered up to resemble a phantom battle. So, what really happened? In the early morning hours of February 25, 1942, the artilleryman actually fired at something. The answer will be revealed in this video. Welcome back to another episode of Enigma's Strange Stories. On the morning of February 7, 1941, a pivotal event of the 20th century took place. The Empire of Japan launched a surprise attack on the Pearl Harbor Naval Base in Hawaii, killing 2,403 American soldiers and civilians. This incident sparked unprecedented outrage and led the United States to declare war on Japan the following day. The early months of 1942 were tense for the western coast of the United States. The initial anger gave way to heightened fear and paranoia among most Americans. They pondered what Japan was capable of and how the war would unfold. It was a great unknown from every corner of America. The news brought disillusionment, and residents along the West Coast, particularly the 2 million inhabitants of the City of Angels, Los Angeles, believed they were on the brink of an attack. In reality, the panic had set in earlier. On December 9, 1941, just 2 days after the Pearl Harbor attack, baseless reports of enemy aircraft approaching New York City caused panic and turmoil, resulting in stock market chaos. On the West Coast, the vulnerability and perhaps a hint of obsession towards the Japanese created confusion among pilots and civilian observers, who mistook fishing boats, logs, and even whales for Japanese warships and submarines. Tensions escalated when the then Secretary of War, Henry Stimson, warned that American cities were prepared to endure sporadic attacks from hostile forces. The concerns of the American people extended beyond mere rumors of enemy submarines and aircraft carriers lurking along the coasts. This led to the implementation of blackout measures in many cities, including the nighttime blackout order in Juneau, Alaska, where residents were instructed to cover their windows even during power outages. In Orland, California, schools were closed, and the air raid sirens on the patrol cars of the Orland Police Department blared throughout the city. A radio blackout was also enforced. Seattle ordered the blackout of all buildings and vehicles. The heightened fear reached a point where some business owners, fearing attacks, left the lights on inside their buildings, only to have crowds of thousands of people gather and vandalize them. In 20th century warfare, blackout measures were implemented to minimize the visibility of targets and prevent enemy aircraft from bombing or attacking visible locations. Along the coastal areas, the blackout of cities at night also aided in protecting Allied ships. Artificial lights, such as those from skyscrapers and streetlights, illuminated ships and created light patterns on the surface of the sea, which could be seen by distant enemy submarines. The dusk blackout strategy had been employed by Britain since Germany invaded Poland on September 1, 1939, and it continued for nearly 6 years. At that time, power outages became one of the most uncomfortable aspects of the war for the British population, even more so than rationing and air raids. The blackout measures were taken very seriously, with citizens having to cover their windows and ensure no light escaped their homes at night. Back in Los Angeles, the fear of an imminent attack grew with each passing day. The military presence was significantly increased, and air raid drills became a regular occurrence. Searchlights crisscrossed the night sky, and air raid wardens patrolled the streets, ready to enforce blackout regulations. The anxiety reached its peak on the night of February 24, 1942. Shortly after 2 a.m., an unidentified object appeared on radar about 120 miles west of Los Angeles. The air raid sirens blared, and the blackout order went into effect. Thousands of residents hurried to turn off their lights and take cover. Within minutes, the entire city was engulfed in darkness, with only the faint glow of the moon illuminating the streets. At around 3 a.m., a strange sight caught the attention of the military and civilians alike. A formation of aircraft, described as large and slow-moving, hovered above the city. The searchlights locked onto the mysterious objects, illuminating them in the night sky. In a state of panic, the anti-aircraft guns opened fire, releasing a relentless barrage of shells. The sky became a chaotic dance of exploding shells and blinding lights, but the unidentified objects remained unscathed. Witnesses reported seeing the shells bursting around the objects, but they appeared to be unaffected by the firepower directed at them. The barrage continued for nearly an hour before gradually tapering off. As the smoke cleared and the sun began to rise, it became evident that no enemy aircraft had been shot down. The city was left in disarray, with damaged buildings and shattered windows as a result of falling shrapnel. However, no evidence of any enemy aircraft or wreckage was found. The official explanation given by the military was that the incident had been a false alarm triggered by anxiety and nervousness. They claimed that weather balloons, reflecting the searchlights, had been mistaken for enemy aircraft. Yet, this explanation failed to satisfy the public's curiosity and left many unanswered questions. Over the years, theories and speculations have emerged to explain the events of that fateful night. Some believe that extraterrestrial spacecraft was responsible for the sightings, while others suggest that it was a secret military experiment gone wrong. The truth behind the Battle of Los Angeles remains elusive, shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Regardless of the true nature of the incident, the Battle of Los Angeles serves as a reminder of the fear and uncertainty that gripped the nation during World War II. It symbolizes the lengths to which people were willing to go to protect their homeland and highlights the psychological toll that war can have on society. To this day, the events of February 25, 1942, continue to captivate the imagination of conspiracy theorists, historians, and enthusiasts of the unexplained. The Battle of Los Angeles remains an enigma, a chapter in history that defies a definitive explanation, and a reminder of the enduring power of mystery.